Hey everyone, thanks for checking out my video. I am going to talk about how to ease symptoms of an IBS flare-up, what I done and what's worked for me. So if you find this video of value, please like it so other people will find it. If you like more content like this or you're into meditation, subscribe because I try to post every week or two. Feel free to drop me a comment below what works for you during a flare-up, because I would also love to learn from all of you. And I'd like to, let's help each other out because nobody should have to suffer alone. So to begin, I'll just tell you a quick story of what led up to my flare-up. I've been battling gastritis, which left me underweight, and I started juicing cabbage because I figured it could heal ulcers, and it had been months and months of me dealing with this. Well, after the 5th day, gastritis symptoms were completely gone, but it gave me a really bad IBS flare-up, which I had not really had dealt with in a year of my first symptoms with gastritis. It was a lot of pain down in my lower intestines. Everything just hurt. Everything just was super inflamed, and I couldn't get to see my homeopathic doctor right away. So I had to figure out what I could do. I was on a vegan diet because I was trying to heal my body. So I figured I would keep it as alkaline as possible. But being a vegan diet and being underweight and trying to gain weight, I was eating a lot of gluten-free grains, a lot, at least, 5 servings, as well as 3 servings of beans and lentils and lots of veggies, a pound a day to heal. So that's a lot of fiber. And when you eat a lot of fiber, you have a lot of poop, and it's just harder for your body to break all that down when it's already struggling. So during this flare-up, I just was like, okay, this isn't gonna work for me. So I have to make a few changes. So first off, I want to discuss a supplement that my homeopath doctor suggested that I try, and it worked right away within 20 minutes of taking it. It is called Atrantil, if I'm saying that correct. I'll put a link below. But you basically take 2 of these pills with a meal, and you do it until your symptoms are gone, which can take anywhere, according to the manufacturer, from a week to 20 to 30 days. Within a week, I didn't have any symptoms, so I stopped taking them, and my symptoms came back not as severe. So I started taking the full doses again, and after 4 days of that, I'm now on 2 doses a day, and I'm just going to wean myself off. It says to, you can do 1 a day for maintenance. It's perfectly safe. It's just peppermint leaf, horse chestnut extract, and cabraco. Basically, it kills off the bad bugs that create the gas. So you could have some side effects if your IBS is really bad and you have a lot of bugs, because when they die, they release toxins which get carried into your bloodstream and can make you feel not so great. Product, I loved it. I ordered more just so I have it and I don't ever run out. You can go directly to the manufacturer's website and sign up and get an account and a profile, and I bought 1 bottle. My second bottle was $5 off. So you could get it on Amazon, but I think actually the manufacturer website's better because you save money, and I got it the next day. So the mail was quicker than Amazon has been. Another thing I want to discuss is algae. So I just love algae now that I've discovered it and learned a lot about it, because you do have to be careful with it. Just start off with the negative first. You don't want to be taking powders really, or anything that was algae from a lake. It can have toxicity. You only want to be taking algae from Asia. They've been growing it there forever. They know what they're doing. The only thing that I learned that wasn't so great about some of their companies is that they heat up glass, which can leak, have like lead in it, which could leak into the product, and that's how they crack the 1-algae cell membrane. Well, the company I order it from and the founder Catherine Artson, she uses a process where she just breaks it up, breaks the cell membrane with sound. So it's very safe. And I'll put one link to her video. She has lots of videos on YouTube explaining the awesome benefits of this. She healed her sister of cancer. And she knows her stuff. She feels it's her duty to just get this information out there so we can all benefit and live a healthy, vibrant life. So the company is called Energy Bits. They make two products, spirulina and chlorella. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about them and why you can use these to replace vegetables, because vegetables are very fibrous, and one little tablet of these replaces a whole plate of vegetables. That's insane, right? Like, plus it takes a lot less land. It's sustainable to grow. It's a sustainable crop. It's grown just like vegetables. It's a raw food. I'll start with spirulina. Spirulina is, a product that you'd want to take in the morning or when you need energy. It has so many amino acids. It's been compared to mother's milk because it has so many amino acids in it. NASA uses this product's endorsed by them. That's what they, take. Triathlon athletes, Olympians. This product was originally designed for the Olympians. They just love it because it gives you so much energy. Now, when I first got it, I did 10 tabs. The serving says you could take 2 to 3 tabs, but the serving size says 30, and then that's where it gives you the nutritional information. After taking 10 tabs, I felt such a rush of oxygen to my brain. I felt like I could breathe better. It was like a really intense kind of smack in the face of like clean energy. But I actually didn't like it because I felt so like, I don't want to say like a caffeine high, which I don't do caffeine, but it just wasn't something I was used to. So I figured I would taper down, and I started with the 2 to 3 tabs for a week, and now I'm up to 5 tabs in the morning. And then after a week of that, I'll probably up it a little bit more, just to get it in my body, let my body get used to it, because it is a new thing for my body. Yeah, 1,000 times more nutrition than vegetables. It builds your immune system. It has the highest concentration of protein in the world. It has 18 of the 20 amino acids, including the ones your body can't make. They're vegan, they're gluten-free, they're keto, they're paleo. They have all the B vitamins, the 80K vitamins, loaded with iron, which helps clean your blood, which will give you energy mentally and physically. It reduces inflammation, so it's just pretty awesome. And supposed to satisfy your hunger. You can use it as a meal replacement. I haven't tried it like that because I need all the calories I can get right now. But at some point in the future, when I'm 100%, I would take these, on a mountain biking ride and, use that to sustain my energy. And I'm excited to try that out. And, use that to sustain my energy. And I'm excited to try that out. Now, the other pills are chlorella, and these ones are great for detoxing. They pull out all the crap out of your body, out of your blood. They say they're great like if you drink alcohol, which you probably don't if you have digestive issues, at least you shouldn't. But yeah, like they claim no hangovers, stuff like that. It has the highest chlorophyll out of anything in the world. So it's just a really great thing to detox. And, in the world we live in today, we need to detox pretty much every day. Like we're breathing in toxins. Our house is full of off-gassing from, everything it was constructed of, the furniture, and we're spending most of our time indoors because of certain things, weather. I won't go into the other one. So it's good to get the toxins out every day, and they recommend to take it in the evening. So I take mine before bed. It tastes great. It tastes like sunflower seeds, so you can chew them. Sometimes I swallow them if I had already brushed my teeth for the night. The spirulina doesn't taste as good, and because of it has so much protein in it, when you chew it, it like sticks to your teeth, and yeah, so I just started swallowing that. Says you can blend them in a smoothie, but my Ninja doesn't blend them very well. They just end up sticking to the bottom. And I want to get everything I can from them because they seem like they're expensive. When you go on the website, you're like, damn. But when you think about, okay, one little tablet replaces a plate of vegetables, and how expensive are organic vegetables right now? Well, my grocery bill has been insane since I started eating healthy. So you're really getting your money's worth. Plus, they don't expire. This is something you could have in your emergency pack, keep some in your car if you like to travel, or, you're going on the trip in the winter, just keep them, great for hiking or camping, because they're small and you don't need a lot. So I think it's a really great product to replace vegetables with. I still did eat vegetables. I just didn't eat as much, and I focused on low fiber vegetables, which I will give you a list of those. Build your immune system. It has the highest concentration of protein in the world. It has 18 of the 20 amino acids, including the ones your body can't make. They're vegan, they're gluten-free, they're keto, they're paleo. They have all the B vitamins, the ADK vitamins, loaded with iron, which helps clean your blood, which will give you energy mentally and physically. It reduces inflammation, so it's just pretty awesome. And supposed to satisfy your hunger. You can use it as a meal replacement. I haven't tried it like that because I need all the calories I can get right now. But at some point in the future, when I'm 100%, I would take these, on a mountain biking ride and, use that to sustain my energy. And I'm excited to try that out. Now the other pills are chlorella, and these ones are great for detoxing. They pull out all the crap out of your body, out of your blood. They say they're great, like if you drink alcohol, which you probably don't if you have digestive issues, at least you shouldn't. But yeah, like they claim no hangovers, stuff like that. It has the highest chlorophyll out of anything in the world. So it's just a really great thing to detox. And, in the world we live in today, we need to detox pretty much every day. Like we're breathing in toxins. Our house is full of off-gassing from, everything it was constructed of, the furniture, and we're spending most of our time indoors because of certain things, weather. I won't go into the other one. So it's good to get the toxins out every day, and they recommend to take it in the evening. So I take mine before bed. It tastes great. It tastes like sunflower seeds, so you can chew them. Sometimes I swallow them if I had already brushed my teeth for the night. The spirulina doesn't taste as good, and because of it has so much protein in it, when you chew it, it like sticks to your teeth, and yeah, so I just started swallowing that. Says you can blend them in a smoothie, but my Ninja doesn't blend them very well. They just end up sticking to the bottom. And I want to get everything I can from them because they seem like they're expensive. When you go on the website, you're like, damn. But when you think about, okay, one little tablet replaces a plate of vegetables, and how expensive are organic vegetables right now? Well, my grocery bill has been insane since I started eating healthy. So you're really getting your money's worth. Plus, they don't expire. This is something you could have in your emergency pack, keep some in your car if you like to travel, or, you're going on the trip in the winter, just keep them, great for hiking or camping, because they're small and you don't need a lot. So I think it's a really great product to replace vegetables with. I still did eat vegetables. I just didn't eat as much, and I focused on low fiber vegetables, which I will give you a list of those. So another thing I want to say about chlorella is it cleans your blood in about an hour and a half. It cleans your cells 10 days and your organs 4 to 6 months. So it's just a really, really good healing protocol for anyone who's having issues, because it heals you down to a cellular level. And that's where all disease and chronic illnesses start, is if, your mitochondria are weak. That's what we want to rebuild. Start at the foundation, right? And I also think it's really cool that when Fukushima happened, which was a nuclear disaster about 8 years or so ago, all the algae was bought up. They bought all the algae because they used it to clean, the toxicity out of everyone. It was used in World War II in a liquid supplement, because that's what, they help people get all the crap out. I also wanted to mention that chlorella cleans the blood. It takes about an hour and a half to get all that out. It cleans your cells in 10 days, and it renews and cleans your organs in about 4 to 6 months. So that's really, a great product, because it's rebuilding you from the cellular level. And that's where all chronic illnesses and diseases start. If your mitochondria are weak and struggling, you're going to have a whole list of things that are going to happen to you. So you really want to keep your cells, your mitochondria strong, so you live a healthy, long, vibrant life. I also thought it was really cool that, so Asia's really big into algae. They've always been. And when Fukushima happened, which was a disaster, radiation disaster, about 9 years ago, all the algae was bought up within 24 hours, because they know that that's the only way you can get radiation out of your body. They used it in World War II. They used it in Chernobyl. It's just an awesome product to have around. And when you think about all the toxicity that we have to live with, why not be taking these, right? Next, I want to talk about sprouts. So that's another way to get some nutrition. You can sprout broccoli, you can sprout all different types of beans. Google would have a whole list. The only ones I sprout right now are broccoli. So I buy this brand, which I'll put a link below. You just get a pack of seeds. You need a mason jar. You have a strainer. And basically you sprout them in a mason jar, and it kind of looks like this. I'll put them in the sun for a day and they'll turn green. And I like to use them in my, and I like to use them in wraps, any type of sandwich I make. I just really like the crunchiness. It's kind of peppery, and I couldn't use pepper when I had gastritis. So it was nice to have that flavor. Also, it's really high in, hold on. And also, it's really high in solifrane. I don't know if I'm saying that right. But basically, a handful of broccoli sprouts, you would get the cancer-fighting nutrition, as you would in a plate of broccoli. So I just felt that was another way I could get these healing plants into my body without putting too much, stress on my digestive system. So I'm going to go over some foods that you can focus on when you're having a flare-up. Low fiber foods like potatoes. So I try to vary my potatoes. I'll do like a batch of sweet potatoes for a few days, and red potatoes, yellow potatoes. I try to stay away from white potatoes because they're higher on the GI index, and can cause some issues there. So I'm going to go over some foods that you can focus on during your flare-up and healing. So first I'll start with the low fiber foods. So potatoes, and potatoes are great if you are replacing grains, which can give people a lot of issues. When healing, I didn't eat grains for about a month and a half during my healing journey, and then I slowly started adding them in, and now, like I said earlier, I'm eating a lot, trying to put on some weight. So when you do potatoes, you can do them. I like to eat them in the evening. I feel like, easy to digest. I'll do sweet potatoes, red potatoes, yellow potatoes, yucca, which is a tropical potato, and I think is just really amazing. If you can find it, definitely try it. Carrots, beets, asparagus tips, avocados, string beans, green beans, acorn squash, pureed spinach, zucchini, and peas are all low fiber. So you can get your protein, from peas if you're a vegetarian or vegan. Plus all vegetables have a little bit of protein. Plus if you're supplementing with algae, that'll help. Some other things that are low fiber: bananas, cantaloupe, melons, rolled oats, tofu, so there's another source of protein, yogurt, and nut seed butters, which I will say I'm still not doing nut seed butters because I couldn't digest them. I have tried, after every month of, the special diet, I'll try and I'll have issues. So it's been about 4 months. I think I'm going to wait another month or two, and then maybe I'll try. So be careful with that because that can be very hard to digest. Some things that you want to really limit or maybe just stay away from if your flare-up's really bad are your cruciferous vegetables. Beans and lentils, nuts and seeds, whole grains, buckwheat, corn, wild or brown rice. So like basmati rice isn't as bad as fibrous and easier to digest. And you could actually look up kachari, and I'll put a link to that as well. And in Ayurveda, they'll make they'll make basmati rice with mung dal, and maybe throw like a cup of carrots or something in there, and they use that to nourish the digestive system. Another thing you could do is you could juice your vegetables and fruits, but just be careful you're not overdoing it. Like if you really feel like, oh, I need some kale or whatever, and just juice a little bit of it. Like you don't got to overdo it because they'll create gas, and you really want to start slow when you're doing these things. Make sure you cook or roast everything. I like the Instapot for my rice. When I'll do beans as well. Now that I'm doing beans again, because my flare-up's over, that's a great way to make sure they're thoroughly cooked. And chew your food really good. Like I started counting, like I would chew and count 30 chews per bite, and it took a while. It takes about a half an hour to finish a meal. My jaw and like the back of my neck was getting sore because apparently I don't have those muscles built up from years of just eating my food super fast, which I'll blame on society as well as the military, because that's when I really started eating food fast, because you get to your chow hall and you'd literally have to eat as fast as you could. You got about like, you know, a couple minutes to eat, and as the weeks went on, you got more and more time. But yeah, way to go. Let's have teach some good habits, right? But that's our government. Anyways, yeah, so just chew your food really good, because your digestion starts in your mouth and your saliva, and the more you can get that food broken down, the easier it'll be on your stomach. So I also recommend taking a digestive enzyme. I like this one. I trust Dr. Osborne. Listen to a lot of his podcasts. He seems like he really is passionate about what he does. And I like taking these because they help break down the food and digest it before, you know, it gets into your intestines, and then you're, you know, having all kinds of bloating and issues from having undigested food in there. So these are the things that I would do to help get over your flare up. And when you do feel like you're, you know, getting better, start adding stuff back in, but take it slow. Take it really slow until, you know, because you don't want to take, you know, 3 steps forward and 2 steps back. Another thing, low fiber, I didn't mention is, of course, meat and fish. So I'm even starting to do that, just to eat, you know, some chicken and fish a couple times a week, and eggs, just to ease my digestive system and, you know, a little more. And I think it's helping, because like I said, within 2 weeks, I'm on a lower dose of the digestive pills, and I feel phenomenal compared to before. So I hope this video helps you. If you have any questions, please reach out, and happy healing.